Day 5 of the turnaround that I'm welding on. Today, the heater still is getting worked on. We haven't started welding yet. The heat stress company, they're having some issues, and our QC department are having some issues, but whatever. So just kind of tacking the tubes in the heater, and the heat stress company is wrapping them and getting them warm to weld because it's chrome and you have to have preheat chrome before you weld it, like I said in one of the last videos. So that's what we did today, help fit and tack the tubes in the heater. And then the rest of our crew is just around the heater doing other stuff on the heater. So we were inside all day. You bring your tools in, you work, you go to lunch, you go back out, you come back in. So we were pretty much in the heater all day long, helping out fitting and whatnot. Something that we'll have to deal with as a welder on jobs is learning how to weld off of other people's fits. So if you don't have a fitter with you and you don't like the fit, a lot of the times you won't be able to cut it and re-prep it, refit it, just because of everything going on. It's just easier just to weld the fit that it has. So sometimes you may have to grind out their tacks, or the bevel's too tight because they got a tight gap. Like I said, everybody has their own preferences in welding. Some people like tight gaps, some people like big gaps. So if you come up there and the gap's too tight, you just weld what you can and maybe grind and fix the rest, or just go ahead and fix it before you start welding on it, because a lot of times in the heater you really can put yourself in a bind if you start trying to do stuff that doesn't make sense, like welding what you can and then grinding the rest, because then you won't be able to see the weld through the inside. So that's one of the big things, is just getting used to working with other shifts and other people. And it's kind of like the Kentucky Welding Institute in a way. You will say you're on first shift, you'll have a booth, you weld in it all day long, you clean it, you leave. Second shift comes in, and they weld in there for 8 hours, and you come back the next day and something's messed up. So, something in the booth is not right, or it's the table isn't grinded, or just something weird is off about the booth. And that's kind of how it is in the industry. You'll go weld, and the other shift will do something weird that doesn't make sense, or someone else will purposefully kind of hinder your progress. That's happened on some jobs in the past. But the main thing is, don't screw the next shift. Don't give them a hard time, because then it'll be a back and forth banter. So the best thing to do is just do the best you can. Try to help out the other shift. And if they don't return a favor, it doesn't matter. Just keep helping them out, because it's just making you look better. So if you do your job successful and set other people up for success, then that's the most important thing. It's just helping other welders and fitters and whoever else just get set up for success. That's one of the biggest things. Don't leave somebody in a bind. So that's one of the main things that I want you guys to take away from today is learning how to weld different size gaps and deal with different situations, as well as setting up the next person after you for success.